Shalom Ubracha. Oh, everyone is okay. Amazing. Beautiful. So, Avram Zelig, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Shalom, Rabbi.
Yeah, Shalom Ubracha. My brother. Okay, so we should start. We're dealing now, actually, remember, our issue, our matter is to try to bring Shabbos closer to our heart, to bring Shabbos closer to where we're at. We can do that from Sunday and on. So if we haven't done it from Sunday, we'll do it from Thursday. And next week, please remember, think about Shabbos, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Count the hours for Shabbos. The Rabbi from Slonim, he has a phenomenal book named Netivos Shalom. He brings down that Shomer, who is Shomer Shabbos? What's a Shomer? Shomer simply is like taking care of, guard. That's a Shomer. But the Torah calls a Shomer to that person who is waiting for the thing to happen. We learned that from Yaakov Avinu. When Yosef Hatzadik told his father about the dreams, the Torah says, and Yaakov shamar et hadavar. Yaakov guarded the thing, the idea that Yosef told in the dreams. What's shamar? Why does the Torah talks about guarding shomer when Yaakov hear his son's dreams? Rashi comes out to our assistance and he helped us, and he said that Yaakov was shomer, expecting when that thing is going to happen. So shomer, according to Rashi, is expecting for that thing to happen. So now shomer Shabbos is that one who is expecting for that thing, for that Shabbos to come already. So we're waiting patiently, but it's going to come for sure. Just few hours. You can count maybe 12 hours for Shabbos. And the Slonim Rebbe adds another idea to that, and he brings down that a person should crave for Shabbos from Sunday. He says, put all your matters away. Only be concerned about when will Shabbos come by. So we're not at that level, and we're not supposed to be there because we still have a lot of things to do. And thank God we're all very busy, but Shabbos is there for us. We're going to get back to our halacha, brief halacha learning from Melechet Shabbat, activities of Shabbat. And we're holding in the one of the 39, the 12, number 12 on the 39 activities of Shabbat. That's shearing wool, like cutting the wool from the animal. So this activity of shearing wool from the animal was needed because we needed to shear wool for the curtains of the tabernacle when we made the tabernacle. So we shearing the wool from the sheep. Also, we were cutting the hair from that beautiful animal that the Torah calls tachash, T-A-C-H-A-S-H, tachash. This animal was so, its skin was so magnificent, never seen anywhere in the world, and never will be seen again in the world. Our sages are teaching us that this animal, they call tachash, was created specifically, especially for the time of building the tabernacle in the desert. And they took the skin from that beautiful, colorful skin of that animal. They made the curtains for the tabernacle, And since then, this animal never came again in the world, one time alone, especially for the tabernacle. That's so beautiful. So,
Rabbi,
yes,
is
sir.
that the unicorn?
Sorry?
Is that the unicorn? Is that the unicorn?
Yeah, it could
Nakash.
be, but it's
Could
not
be.
that. It's not that animal that we call it today under this name. Today we have that animal tachash, but it's not that, and not even close to the animal that used to be in the tabernacle. They have dressed up the name for that animal, but it's not that animal for sure. The measure that the person is not supposed is like obliged, biblical. If he's doing it, his transgressing the Shabbos, is if he can cut wool in enough measure to make a thread length 40 centimeters. Today, we are not taking feathers from the goose, from any other a bird. This is gozes. It's like the secondary activity of gozes, of cutting, of shearing. Also, you're not allowed, if there's a baby in the womb of an animal and he's still not completed. Let's say an animal gives birth to 7 months, and you're coming along in the 5th month, and the womb, the baby, the little deer, for example, is still in the womb of the mom, of the dear mother, and the person stretches his hand inside and takes the how do you call that thing, the baby, a special name for that, takes it out. This is considered as a secondary activity of shearing, because you are cutting something from its growing, from being grown.
Embryo.
There you go.
Embryo.
That embryo. That's the one. Yes. So also one who cuts his nails. We're not cutting nails during Shabbat or hair with a scissors or a clipper or anything with a kli, with a utensil, with a vessel, with something, a special thing that does that cutting hair. So we are stopping over here, thank God, and we're going to read a beautiful portion from the holy book of the Holy Zohar, the Zohar HaKodesh, written by Rabbi Yochai, the Kabbalistic teachings of Israel. He's telling us that what about Shabbos? We said when we're accepting Shabbos during davening on Kabbalat Shabbat, also in the Kiddush, we're mentioning the word Vainafash. שם ובני ישראל עשה שבוס, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל עושי לעולם, כי 16 יום ממסר השם את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבוס Vainafash. Hashem kind of rested and he relieved Vainafash. Okay, Vainafash is a very interesting word. Chazal are touching the word Vainafash, kind of have a relaxation, but they divide it into 2 words. Vai, nefesh. Vai means oive, everybody knows that. Nefesh is the soul, the extra soul that we're getting. So Vainafash, says the Zohar, why is it a problem for the nefesh when the extra soul of Shabbat leaves? It should be a pain for the body. Why body, the Torah should have said. Why nefesh? But he brings down the idea, why our nefesh, our soul is aching, is sore, when the additional portion of the soul, nefesh yetera, neshama yetera, leaves us. The soul is aching and not the body, because a person, the secret of that thing, of the additional portion of spiritual existence, spiritual force that comes along with us every Shabbos, You know how heilig, how high, how precious and glorified is the Yiddish neshama? Is like it's like could hold the whole world on it. The Yiddish neshama, and we are getting another portion every Shabbos of another Yiddish neshama. So why is the soul aching when it leaves? Because he writes, writes, a person had an existing soul that sits within that person, and this soul that we have within us attracts and receives that extra portion of neshama that comes in Erev Shabbos. And this extra portion of Shabbos dwells within us, within our spiritual existence, within our neshama, the whole Shabbat. And that nefesh that we have already before Shabbat is arising and getting uplifted with a plentiness and benefit way more than it was before. And this is what we've learned. All the souls of Israel are being crowned on the day of Shabbos with a crown, with a beautiful, extra lofty, amazing neshama. And that crown that comes within us, this second neshama that we receive every Shabbos, is dwelling within us. Since the Motzei Shabbos, that neshama goes back high up to Shamayim, then our original soul, neshama, is aching and she's sorry for what we lost, which she has lost during Motzei Shabbos, because she lost that superior crown and that powerful, holy, powerful spiritual existence that came to her, to this original neshama, and that's why nafash, why nefesh, the nefesh is sore, is aching that she lost what she lost. Zohar HaKadosh. So we're going to also read a beautiful story about how important it is to be happy during Shabbos. On the way to Kotsk, the city of Kotsk, there was a Jew, a Yid who lived there, and he had one daughter that time has come to marry her off, and the poor man has not even a penny to marry her off. His wife said, go to Kotsk. There's a Kotsker Rebbe, he's a big tzaddik. Go and get a bracha from the Rebbe of Kotsk. And if you know, the Kotsker Rebbe usually is not dealing with materialistic things. He was always, all his ideas were only lofty and heiliger and nothing, but still, let's see what he tells. By the way, today we don't have that much of Hasidic movement of Kotsk, maybe here and there, but the continuation of the Kotzker Hasidus today is actually the Ger Hasidus. This is like came from the original Kotzker Rebbe through another Rebbe, until the Ger Hasidus developed to be what it is today. So go to Menachem Mendel of Kotsk and tell him you don't have money to marry off your daughter. So, okay, my wife, I'm going to go to the Rebbe. So he went to the Kotzker Rebbe, and the Kotzker told him, go back to your house and be happy all Shabbos long. And you're going to have a big Yeshua just for being happy. So the Jew, that Yid, came back to his home, and he was, Shabbos came in. The entire Shabbos, he looked to all directions where that thing is going to come from, right? Where that rich man will come and give him the money, and he sees nothing happened. And he stayed like this, and nothing happened. He didn't get a penny from as Shabbos left. After a few months, he came back again to the Kotzker Rebbe, and the Kotzker Rebbe said again, be besimcha b'Shabbos, over Shabbos, and you're going to have your salvation. Again, the whole Shabbat he thought about what the Rebbe told him, that he should be happy, and then towards the end of Shabbat, he was starting to be so sad that he see that he still doesn't have a penny in his pocket. And here, the evening, just as Shabbos coming to an end, all of a sudden come to him a goy, a non-Jewish person, who knew him from the village, and he saw him. That the guy was walking outside on the street. He saw from a window that person, and he said, "Why are you so worried?" Remember, the guy was worried that he still didn't have the money to pay off here for the wedding of his daughter. So the guy asked him, "Why are you so worried?" So he tells him, I'm about to marry my daughter, and I don't have even a penny. What can I do?" So the guy, the person, non-Jewish person, told him, "You know what? I'll give you a loan. I can borrow you. I'll borrow that money to you, right?" And he says, "Okay." Shabbos ended, and he borrowed the money from the guy. And after a few days, he heard that guy just passed away. A few days after he gave him the money, and because if a guy is borrowing you money, according to the Torah, seems to be over here, that you're not supposed to. There's nobody to pay back. I'm not sure how it works halachically. I have to look into it, but seems to be over here that all the money stayed with him, and he married his daughter so gracefully, and a lot of all the expenses were covered in the schus of the Shabbos Hamalka. Fine. A story from the Kotzker Rebbe. Bezrat Hashem, it's may we be able to keep the Shabbos out of simcha, and remember, it's a gift. Shabbos is a gift. Shabbos is the gift that Hashem has in His treasure house. And can you imagine how does it look, the treasure house of God? I always take this idea, your treasure house, your safe. Maybe you have a safe at your home behind the picture. How much can it contain? Such and such. The richer guy, your neighbor, has a bigger safe, right? The bank, local bank, has much a bigger safe. The prime minister has a bigger safe, and the president and the king of the world. Can you imagine how Hashem's safe room, the house of treasure, how does Hashem's house of treasure look, and what does he have in his house of treasure? According to Chazal, that's how Shabbos is described. It's one of the better gifts in Hashem's treasure house. And Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, "Please, Moshe, go ahead, go to the Yidden, tell them I want to give them Shabbos Kodesh." And it's a beautiful gift, and we all receiving it every Friday afternoon. Each one of us is being uplifted, being like boosted with that spiritual force. That Shabbos Kodesh belongs only to us, not to anyone in the world which is not Shomer Shabbos or the rest of the nations. And we definitely have to prepare properly. Thank God we cook, we clean the house, we make the laundry, we make our candles, we make our beds, we get our best clothing. Remember, get your best clothing for Shabbos, your best jewelries, not to show them to anybody. Even if you're at home Friday night, just dress your best, get your best, eat your best, pleasure your best, and God willing, we should be able to inspire ourselves and everybody around us with the light of Shabbos, coming up another Shabbos, another gift. So, with Shabbos, everyone, again, and we hope to see you next week, Thursday, Bezrat Hashem.
Shabbos, Rabbi. Shkach.
Keep Shabbos, my brothers and sisters. Chaim Shalom, Chaim, remember the Kiddush is right around the corner. We're going to drink good wine, right? Okay. Hope to see you soon and talk to you all very soon. Bye.